Hey guys, Wyatt here, the Coastal Agent. Today I wanted to talk to you about a couple of key factors in valuing a home. You know, they're often overlooked or sometimes very difficult to put a number on. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump in. All right, we all know that location is the number one key factor in valuing real estate. That's obvious on a macro level when you're considering a house that's in the coastal market compared to something that's like in the Inland Empire, and desire and demand and valuations, resale purposes. But how do you place value on a property like on a good street with good neighbors? Or furthermore, on the flip side, what if you knew that the next door neighbor ran through the neighborhood naked at sunset every day? I mean, would you devalue that? How does that look? Obviously amenities, like a remodeled house, good outdoor space. These are things that buyers are willing to pay a premium on. But, what do you place values on, the neighborhood and the immediate location? I advise my clients when they're looking into this type of thing is to consider their lifestyle. If you have young kids, maybe it's important to you to live on a street that have young kids on it so that your kids can play, or at least if they're in the neighborhood. However, if you're an older person or maybe you don't have kids and you want your peace and quiet, because we all know how kids can be, maybe it's important that you don't have kids on that street. So the thing is the reality is most of the time a buyer, they probably spend like 30 minutes walking through a property before they make an offer. They make the offer, they get it accepted, then they get an inspection and an appraisal, and they close escrow. So in that scenario, we're looking at, they spend maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours tops at the property, and they're making this ultimate decision. The best way to find out this information and how it's going to suit you is to become a stalker. Yeah, that's right. I mean, literally just stalking the neighborhood. Pull up, walk around the neighborhood, maybe go out and knock on a couple of doors, get a feel for how the neighbors are. Maybe they have some insight to share, in the neighborhood. Sometimes they're going to be a little bit catty, but who knows? I mean, you might find that that property is not going to suit you because the neighbors aren't something that you're going to jive with. So these are kind of hard to place a value, but in my opinion, if you find the neighborhood that's going to suit your lifestyle, you can always remodel a house, to fit your needs. But you can't take a house and plop it down into a great neighborhood. You got to buy into that neighborhood. All of these things are kind of user specific, but when I'm looking to help my clients in selling their home, I also try to figure out the key features, and what the potential buyer is going to be and what their desires are, and help accentuate that element of the property, because that's going to drive more demand on the property and then drive up the price. All of these things are kind of subjective, very specific to the individual. So if you guys want to, on a case per case basis, start a conversation with me, go ahead and reach out. 619-200-3236. Hey guys, you could also find me on the web at sdcoastalagent.com. As always, thanks for tuning in. Make it a great day.